Good day, everyone. I'm Sana Mandran, and today I'll be presenting our strategic management's group assignment on Apple Incorporated, focusing on its company background and strategic planning process. Okay. Apple Incorporated is one of the most recognized technology company in the world. It was founded in 1976 in California and operates in the consumer electronics and software industry. Their famous products include the iPhone, Mac computer, iPad, and Apple Watch. The company is known for its strong focus on innovation, sleek design, and a loyal customer base. Today, Apple operates in more than 100 countries with lots of employees. Next, Apple's vision and mission. Okay. Apple's vision is to create the best products on earth and leave the world better than we found it. This shows how the company balances innovation with sustainability. Its mission is to bring the best users experience to customers through innovation, hardware, software, and services. Basically, everything they do, from iPhones to iCloud, is focused on making technology easy, reliable, and enjoyable. Next, strategic objectives. Okay. To support vision and mission, Apple has 5 main strategic objectives. Okay, the first one, it wants to remain a global leader in innovation. Second, Apple focuses on building a strong connected ecosystem between its devices. Third, it is expanding into global markets like India. Fourth, it's aiming to be carbon neutral by 2030. And lastly, it continues to maximize profits and maintain financial stability. How Apple plans strategically. Okay. Apple uses a structured planning process where the top management sets long-term goals every year. The company invests heavily in research and development, updates its strategy regularly, and aligns all activities with its vision and mission. Unlike some companies, Apple prefers quality over quantity, focusing on a few premium products rather than the many average ones. Next, tools and strategies used by Apple. Apple also uses tools like SWOT analysis and the balanced scorecard to manage its performance. In SWOT, they assesses strengths like brand loyalty and threats like rising competition. With the balanced scorecard, they track financial customers' satisfaction, innovation, and internal processes. In the past, Apple's strategy was product differentiation and a closed system. Now, it's shifting to service-based income, environmental leadership, and new expansion. So that's the overview of Apple's strategic foundation. Everything they do, from planning to product, is deeply linked to their long-term goals. Thank you from me. Now I'm passing to the next presenter.
Very good morning to sir and my fellow friends. So my name is Amrit. So today I'll be presenting regarding the PES analysis for the Apple company. So as you all know, PES analysis stands from political, economic, social and technology. So I'll begin by talking about the political factors that affect Apple. So as for the first point, US and China tensions threaten Apple's supply chain, GDPR compliance critical in UE. So basically, Apple faces a risk from global regulation for political tension. The US and China relationship was much of Apple manufacturing based on China. However, the data protection law like GDPR in Europe also required a strict compliance to avoid the fines. Moving on with the economics. So, as you all can see, the economic factors, which is inflation, rise, production, logistic cost. Second point, interest rate hikes affect the consumer spending, and currency fluctuation impacts the foreign revenue. So basically, as we know, Apple is feeling the company feels pressure during inflation, which is the rising of logistic costs and also currency fluctuation. So where the cost of production was too high, whereby the currency was fluctuating, uh, and then the company has to respond by offering the financial option like Apple Pay Later, Atomy, and all this kind of stuff in order to make sure that their product has been sold out and they're able to stem revenue. Moving on with the social factor, which is youth focus of branding and digital lifestyle integration, accessibility for aging users, sustainability, carbon neutrality, and recycled metal. So as you all can know, the the higher user of Apple product is mostly the younger generation, where they prefer using something that is which very well to know, as we all know that Apple has been become one of the most famous kind of electronic brands. So in order to follow the trend, they tend to use it. Other than that, Apple brand has remained inspirational and it has committed to carbon neutrality by 2030 Alliance Rising Environmental Conservation. Okay, by this we can know throughout the Apple annual report, we can see that they has highlighted by making sure that they make sure that environmental is taken care well. And the last one, which is technology. On the technology, Apple focus more to the health technology. Like for example, the health, my health app, one of the application in the phone where you can track your sleeping hours, your walking stats, and these kind of stuff. Other than that, they has it's a M series chip where advancement in AR help to keep it competitive. As I say that you can track your sleeping hours, you can track your heartbeat and stuff. Other than that, the innovation and ethical concern around AI policies challenges. So moving forward with the major challenges that Apple face from the PES analysis. So the first thing is regularity and political risk. So as we can see, the first point is the complex global compliance, the US-China trade, and the shifting supply chain to India and Vietnam. So the first point is the compliance with the data law across the different region and managing supply chain exposed in China required Apple to be aligned and proactive. Other than that, shifting the production to countries like India helps them to reduce the risk, but it's not a long-term effort as we all know that they were facing inflation. So in order to moving forward to a cheaper country, they might reduce the cost of production. At the same time, they might maintain their performance. So moving on with the second point, which is economic volatility and consumer demand. Affordability issues in emerging the market, service and financial to maintain the revenue. Apple premium pricing doesn't shield from it global downturns. As you all know, it's kind of pricey and each of the products cost mostly to 2 to 3K, 2 to 5K most probably. So it's not a very cheap price. Other than that, the customer are more cautious about spending. So Apple promotes service suppression like refurbishing devices and trade-in program to maintain their revenue. So basically, to the previous Apple users can trade in their devices in order to get a new one, in order to reduce their cost and to increase the demand of the product. And the third point is innovation, fetish, and competition. So pressure for early breakouts, strong competition in AI, old base, and economic system. So consumer expect major upgrade every year. As we all know, Apple launches their product every year on the September. So as a consumer, we would expect a major upgrades from the system in order to make it use for the worth of pricing we pay. Other than that, improvement and other than that, improvement that they produce might give that good results of payment. Meanwhile, competitors are aggressively pushing the new technology, as we all see. Other than that, for competitions for Apple are like Samsung, Vivo, Oppo, and stuff. So Apple must continue innovating, just not in hardware, but across the service in ethical technology practices. As we all know, as so far, Apple products are really keeping up with the technology, where they has a new upgrade each and every time after launching, and their upgrade is it's different than the other phones, whereby it been taken as inspiration for other phones to create a phone like them. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Noarini Rizwi Metisha Rizal. So I'm going to present about the implication. So the implication from the challenge. First is the regulatory scrutiny. So from this challenge, it will make Apple Incorporated growing antitrust cases run that counter to Apple's goals of innovation, openness, and user freedom, and jeopardize the company's App Store earnings. Second, the challenge, which is supply chain risk, it will make the production disrupted. Then Apple's sustainability objective are questioned, and operating expenses rise due to geopolitical conflict and ethical issues. And the last one is economic sensitivity. So from the economic sensitivity, Apple objective of worldwide accessibility and expansion is at odds with the facts that inflation and declining consumer spending restrict access to the company high-end item. So this is all the implication from the challenges that might be happen. Next, for the recommendation. So for all the challenges, there are the recommendations that might help Apple's Incorporated to survive. So for the challenge regulatory adaptation, first is the revised App Store commission structure for small developer. So Apple needs to revise the App Store commission for the beginner or maybe small developer. Next is Apple needs to allow secure third-party payment system. And the last one, Apple needs to engage in dialogue with global regulators to shape fair digital policy. Next, for the second challenge is supply chain diversification. First, Apple need to expand manufacturing to the countries such as Vietnam, India, and Mexico. So onshore sensitive component production to the United States and Europe with smart automation. And the last one, Apple need to strengthen the supplier compliance with ethical and environmental standard. And the last challenge is economic accessibility. So to prevent or to fit this challenge, Apple might launch affordable region-specific product lines. Maybe in some country there are specific products that can be sold on that specific country. Next is Apple can offer device subscription models and financing plans globally. And the last one is localized production and marketing to lower costs and increase reach. So the conclusion is a highly dynamic workplace with three primary difficulties is shown by PEST analysis. First is pressure from regulation and antitrust, supply chain weakness, and premium product sensitivity to the economy. So this difficulty affect Apple's delivering superior user experience in their mission. An open and equitable vision strategy objective for expansion and worldwide reach suggested strategic priority. So they need to rethink ecosystem regulation and communicate with authorities and expand and fortify ethical supply network, increase affordability by using flexible payment plans and pricing option. So Apple need to rethink about the how they gonna give the premium plan to all the consumer. And the last one is proactive, moral, and inclusive tactic will support Apple long-term success and help it achieve its mission of using innovation and leadership to make a significant global impact.